Welcome to She Decides. I'm your host, Staci Swiderski, and this is the space where we talk about leadership, resilience, and the power of women owning their stories. In this episode, I sit down with Dr. Marissa Pei, organizational psychologist, motivational speaker, media personality, and best-selling author, often called the Asian Oprah. With a Ph.D. in organizational psychology and more than 3 decades of experience consulting Fortune 500 companies, teaching at top universities like UCLA Anderson and Boston University Brussels, and hosting her syndicated show, Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balance with Dr. Marissa, she brings both depth and warmth to our conversation. We talk about how she transformed personal adversity into a mission of healing and happiness, the most empowering practice she recommends for women, and the lessons she's learned from building her talk show over the past 12 years. This episode is a masterclass in turning pain into purpose, embracing resilience, and leading with joy. Because when she decides to stand firmly in her story, she uplifts countless others to do the same. Welcome, everybody, to our next episode of She Decides. I am Staci Swiderski. I am your host, and we have the lovely Dr. Marissa with us today. Thank you so much for joining us. She is, oh my goodness, you have just crushed so many platforms to, public speaking and gosh, just a plethora of large stages, and I can't wait to get into it. So thank you for joining us, and welcome again.
It's a pleasure to be here.
I can't wait to get into these questions I have for you. Get to know you on this level. So let's really start with the question that I think everybody probably has. You are really referred to as and embrace the title of the Asian Oprah. Tell us more about that. You probably knew that was going to be one of the first questions for you.
Yeah, it definitely is. I'm grateful for it because I didn't make it up. I was actually introduced to Oprah as the Asian Oprah. So that was such an honor by my big brother, Michael Bernard Beckwith, who is a good friend of Oprah's. He was on her Super Soul Sunday. And so when she came to Agape International Spiritual Center, he's the founder. I'm on faculty. And so he introduced her to me as the Asian Oprah. And what was interesting was I had actually probably 4 or 5 years earlier won one of beautiful awards, recognition. I think it was Asian Heritage Award or Entrepreneur of the Year or something like that. And when they brought me on stage, they did this giant lit up banner that said, Dr. Marissa Pei, Asian Oprah. And I went, whoa, way too big shoes. And I didn't do anything with that. So it took several years for me to get comfortable with those shoes, and what an honor it is and continues to be. And she, being introduced to her as such, and her response was, she looked at me, looked down, looked at me again, and said, nice pants.
I love it. All about that's the priorities, all about the fashion.
Right. And it took everything for me not to say, do you want them? So luckily I didn't say that. And it's funny, when I told Jimmy Kimmel the story, he said, well, you're the Asian Oprah. I'm the Puerto Rican Jerry Lewis.
Oh, I love it. There you go.
So everybody goes, he's Puerto Rican? I said, no, he's a comedian.
He's a comedian. Right. He's being funny there. He's the funny guy. Yes. I love it. I love it. That was going to be my next question for you, is when you were introduced to Oprah, what was her response to that? But yeah, she likes your pants. There you go. You have great style.
I try.
And so how long was that? How long ago was that?
Oh, Lord. I have really good memory, but my recall sucks. So I'm years
Oh, so it's
years,
been years. So
probably.
you've been referring to, yourself too in the world too as the Asian Oprah for quite some time then. I mean,
Well, it's been, it's one of those. I have people well meaning and they love me and they say, Dr. Marissa, you really don't need to say that you are, when I introduce myself or people are interviewing the Asian Oprah, and I say, you're absolutely right. And I appreciate the compliment that I don't need to have a moniker, that I am who I am, and I am happy with that. However, when I'm on the red carpet and I have an interview with Quincy Jones, John Travolta, Halle Berry, if I say, "Hi, I'm Dr. Marissa," and I put my microphone in their face, it's a good interview, right?
sure, yeah,
I'm a
no doubt.
professional. I know how to, I'm not
You can work the
starstruck.
room. Yeah.
However, if I say, "Hi, I'm Dr. Marissa," also known as the Asian Oprah, there's a lightness, there's a laugh, there's a,
A whole
"Oh,
nother
that's so
element.
funny," and it,
Yes.
it just makes the interview so much more relaxed and fun and light. And so that is why years later, excuse me, we're still using that, because it's a beautiful honor, number one, and number two, it makes the interview so rich.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, the beginning, just from the get-go, it just kind of lessens like a little bit of the like, we can relax a little bit and add a little humor to it too, right? And like you said, and
Absolutely.
what an honor. I'd be using it too if I were you. So keep
Well,
going with it, girl.
yeah, laughter is my favorite sound in life. So,
Yes, yes, absolutely. You have to have laughter for sure.
yeah.
So, moving forward, so you've delivered obviously many, many powerful keynotes in your lifetime, worldwide. What message do you want audiences around the world to really take away?
Life does not suck.
I love it. That's perfect. Very
That's
simple. Life does not suck, people.
um and then the foundation to that is, so many of us, I'm one of the 7 out of 10 of us who've had childhood trauma. And for the 7 out of 10 of us, my honorable moniker says as high as 8 out of 10. Psychologists today sometimes say 93, 94%. So I began to look at, if that is true, why do we think, if we're the majority, that there's something wrong with us, that we'll
Hmm.
never, if we had a bad start or if we had childhood trauma, we'll never catch up and we'll always be behind and we need to get fixed, and all of this bullshit talkie
Hmm.
that keeps us from loving our life. And
That's right. Yeah.
this is the opportunity that I have, because I am one of the 7 out of 10 of us who did have that trauma, to be able to say, yeah, it sucks, it hurt, it wasn't right, they shouldn't have. And
Right. And don't let that
everything that
define
was
you.
everything that happened to you when you were young was horrible. It wasn't right. And none of it was your fault. None of it.
Right.
100% was not your responsibility. It happened. But
There's always
instead
that
of
but,
why
right? Yeah.
me, instead of saying why me, and this is why Michael is my big brother, he taught me to ask a very different question, which is, if it happened, and it did, what developed in me as a direct result of what happened that I didn't like, that is something that I like about myself,
Mm.
something that actually chiseled me into the one of a kind, wonderful person that I am now. And when I do that, I take responsibility for dragging that shiitake from the past into my present and spewing it onto the future. And so many of us are saying life sucks because we're still carrying that with
Yeah.
us and letting it influence our future and our present. So that's the message that I give. You are one of a kind, wonderful. You're loving, lovable, loved. You're wrapped in a warm blanket of worthiness. And even if you don't feel like it, and even if you don't believe it, I do, I know, and I'll hold that for you until you can believe it for yourself. But in order to believe it, you got to do the work. And that's why I wrote the book. I didn't write the book as a psychologist to tell you how to be happy. I wrote the book because it has exercises on what I did to take myself from that to this.
I love it. That's so powerful. And to be able to have your presence. I mean, you are ready just in the short time that we've been talking. I mean, look at this. I mean, smiling, just listening to you talk. I mean, you are the person that we definitely want to have a platform to really lift those up. Like you said, that's a large percentage of people who have come from really, awful, maybe, backgrounds or, just kind of shitty places, right? To where it's like, they sometimes get stuck in that and then they're not allowing themselves to be happy, and it's such a
Mhm.
waste of life not to be
It
happy.
so is. It so
Gosh,
is.
and that was gonna be my next question for you was, what inspired you to write your book and to, 8 ways, to happiness from wherever you are, and clearly you just answered that already for me, and I love
I'm
it. I
I'm
mean,
2 for 2.
hey, you're nailing it, girl. You got it. You got it. I love it. So what really, you've been doing this a long time, but if you had to choose one why, just one why that truly supports women, which would it be?
One what? I'm sorry.
One of the whys, the ways, one of your
Oh,
8 ways or 8 whys, but 8 ways to happiness. If you had to choose, why you would choose one of those ways, if only one, if you had to choose, say your favorite. I know that's a hard one because I know they're
it is a
also
hard one.
helpful, but if you had to choose one of those 8 ways that truly supports women, what do you think?
Have a guy day.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
So most women have perfected the ability to be hard on themselves, to be their own worst critic, to take 199 compliments and not focus on them, to only focus on that one insult. We take it to an art form. If you compliment someone on their hair, a woman will say, "Oh, I didn't wash it today," or "Oh, it's such a mess," or "Oh, blah blah blah."
Isn't
If
it
you
so
say,
easy? Like, you hear that all the time. It's like, "You look so cute today." "Oh gosh, thank you. I feel gross," or whatever.
exactly, or beautiful earrings. Oh, I got them at the 99-cent store. Always downplaying. And if you go to the gym, you'll see this in action. Women will walk by the mirror and they'll look at themselves and they'll look down and they'll keep watching. I mean, walking. And
Yeah.
men, on the other hand, I'm not male bashing. I'm actually using them as a model
Yeah,
here.
yeah, right?
Most men, not all men, but most men will walk by themselves in the gym and look in the mirror, stop,
May
pose,
flex a little bit.
flex, right? And, so it just,
Probably
that's why I
sneak in a
say
picture.
have a guy day,
I
because
love
most
it.
women think they are fatter, not as good looking, and not as smart than they actually are. Men, on the other hand, think they are better looking, more buff, and have more hair than they actually do. So we are. We're not doing ourselves a service by continuing to play small. I know we were brought up that way. I know this generation doesn't seem to have an issue with it, but there's a lot of people who still have the
Yeah.
remnants. I'm hashtag ageless. I know you're younger than I am, but there's still that, that residue. I think it's a little genetic too. So it is not serving you to not embrace all that you are. And we're not perfect. I don't have the dis-ease of perfectionism. That's the other extreme. That's why I'm all about balance. If you think you're hot shiitake and you're trying to maintain that image of hot shiitake all the time and you're perfect and everything's perfect, that also doesn't serve you, right? But you're not a piece of shiitake.
There you
So
go.
that
I love it.
that's exhausting to live on that swing of hot shiitake, piece of shiitake.
Right,
I
right.
keep forgetting, and I say shiitake because, I'm on NBC News Radio, so I have FCC violations of 20,000 if I say shit. But
Right.
when you first said shitty, I went, oh yeah, I can
You're like,
say
we
shit.
can go.
No,
We can roll with that one. Yes.
we're not hot shit, but we're not a piece of shit.
There you
And more
go.
often we
Yes.
think we're a piece of shit. So we got to get to the point. I'm 88% fabulous.
Love it.
12% of the time, I step in it. And
Yep.
it's okay.
That's
But
okay.
women, we have to. Uh, and the only person that can do this is you. Like, you have the fork, or sorry, I don't want to use that word. Have the fork.
You can, hey,
Can you?
this is all about you today. You can use whatever you want.
It's actually my
We're
birthday.
here for it.
It's my birthday in 2 days, so I really should
Yes.
be able to say whatever. But
You
anyway,
sure should.
how the fork do you expect anyone to approve of you if you can't bloody approve of yourself?
Absolutely.
So that's my number one for women.
Yes, and oh my goodness, accept those compliments. Roll with it. Just roll with it. That's okay, and let people lift you up a little bit,
My favorite African American saying is, there is no the enemy outside cannot hurt you if there is no enemy within.
Oh, that's a good one. That's
Isn't
a good
that?
one.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, that's a good one. Love it. And it's so true. It's so true. So true. And and I think too, yes, as people are giving you compliments, it's okay to say, well, thank you. I appreciate it. And keep walking,
Period.
right? That's okay. Period. The end of story. That is a full sentence. Thank you. Thank you is a full sentence as well. But I think the flip side of that too is when you have people that are constantly not supporting you, or, maybe they're talking behind your back. Don't let that define you either, right? At
Talk
all.
to the hand.
That's right. Talk to the hand. Because
I
usually
remember
people who
the
are
first-
doing that are not happy with themselves.
Yeah. I remember the first time I got some hate was during the Seal Beach Salon shooting in Seal Beach, and I had gotten an article, front page of Orange County Register, talking about pain and what it was like that day. And someone wrote in and said, "Who do you think you are?" And I called my big brother. I was like, "Ah!" And then he goes,
He said
"Welcome
enough.
to the big leagues. Welcome to the big leagues."
Get used
And
to
I
it,
was
honey.
like, "Oh,
That's right.
yeah."
You gotta, develop thick skin pretty quickly. And you have to just let it
And
roll.
it is, yeah. It's like and if you are doing what I'm doing, then you can criticize me. But
That's right. You better have surpassed what I'm doing right now. That's right. Before you can start, looking down.
if
so
I
maybe
look
get new
like
shoes.
you, yeah, if I look like you, I'd be miserable too.
There you go.
We
That's
don't
an
do
old
that
one.
out loud. We
Yeah,
just think
right.
that in our head.
We just think that. We keep that locked up, right?
Yeah.
So as a psychologist and a speaker, how do you create meaningful emotional, impact?
So,
I mean, really being able to, that's a really strong, combination. And you use it obviously for such powerful and positive, meaning.
I'm not a big manipulator. People say
Mhm.
psychologist, and automatically it's like, oh, you manipulate, or you whatever. And just to be, put the moose on the table, which is my Canadian version of talking about the elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room, the big purple elephant.
So the moose on the table. My doctorate is actually in organizational psychology. I purposely did not go into clinical psychology. No offense to my colleagues, but
Sure.
I don't believe that it takes 10 years and continuing to go over your trauma to heal. So I also ran a
That's actually a
modeling.
really good message. Thank you for saying that. I think because time is so important, and you think 10 years. Come on, right?
Yeah, yeah. And time is, people say time is money. That's not true. Money you can regenerate.
Yes, you
Time you
can.
can't. It's
No, it's lost.
a non-renewable energy. Once it's done, it's done. No do-over, no
Yeah, you
singular
can't go
rollover,
backwards
nothing.
on that one.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Done. So, uh, what was the question? Where were we?
Yeah, no. I was just curious with having, obviously
Oh, yes.
your doctorate and being a speaker. How do you really combine that?
Yeah,
It's such,
yeah.
that meaningful, impact.
If you are passionate and believe in your own message, doesn't matter what you are.
That's right.
So I've been a pretty strong cheerleader for everybody should try to write a book. Everybody should try to do a podcast. Everybody should try. If you feel like if you've been told all your life, shut up because you got a big mouth, definitely you. Like
Then
that
hey,
is like
this is your time, your time to shine.
right? And even if you're not, you don't have, and numbers are nothing. I am also a big cheerleader for, F the numbers. If you build it, they will come, type field of dreams. Of course, numbers are important. And I was happy to hear that my YouTube channel had 3.98 million impressions. Don't get me
That's
wrong. That
amazing,
was
though.
like, but I don't buy numbers. I don't feel inclined to. If a guest says, how many numbers do you have? Otherwise, I'm not going to send my client. It's like, okay, bye bye. Didn't want you in the first place because that does not define who you are or how important you are. The most important thing to define who you are and what you can do is you. So if you
Yeah.
wanted to try something all your life, then try it. Gospel according to Nike. Don't give me any excuses. You don't
Just
try to
do
pick
it.
up a
That's right.
pencil. You pick up a pencil. Just do it. Try it. See what happens. During the
Yeah.
pandemic, I came up with a short film
I love it.
called PPP, Post Pandemic Possibilities. It's free for you on my YouTube TV channel. Free subscribe. Give me the finger. This one, not the other one.
Not the
You know,
other one. Yeah.
you can watch it. It's 9 minutes. My first short film, won Laurel, and I did it because I had time on my hands because all the
But you
motivational
make the
speaking
best of
was
it.
canceled.
Yeah, you made the best of
So
it, right? And
so
now look, right?
so just do, don't use anything as an excuse not to try to
And
live
especially other
life.
people's opinions who are
What
not doing
what
something
people?
themselves. Right. That's
What
right.
people?
What? Who? Where are they? Yep. Don't need it. Right. I
Yeah,
love that.
yeah, yeah.
Definitely love that. And you were talking about numbers, and I a firm believer as well. The numbers really don't matter. Yes, and some things obviously they're important, but like you said, your YouTube channel, you have such a large viewer count, but that is because you took your own advice, right? And with not believing in numbers and doing something that you really are good at and that you enjoy, and who cares about the outside? And I think everybody should do that if they really really enjoy doing something, no matter what it is, right? As long as you're being ethical and and
Yeah, 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 yeah.
it's not illegal.
Yeah.
I think they should do it. And I think, especially women, I think we are judged so harshly. And
But
then we
we
let that
thought
get to our egos.
but it's us that's doing that.
Yes.
Because the
Yes.
law of attraction will give you what you believe. So if you believe people are out to get you, honey, you're going to see people out to get you. But
Right.
if
Right.
you
They're manifesting the
believe
wrong things.
exactly, exactly. And I actually take out right wrong. I'm trying to, and is it useful or not? Are you
Right.
80% happy? Are you 88% happy? If you are, then cool.
Then you're
Let's
crushing it. Yeah.
keep going. If you're not, then you might want to change some habits.
You
That's
want to
all
fix
they are.
something. Yeah.
Your
Yeah. Really.
BS. What's your BS? Call your own BS?
Love it.
What's
Call
your
yourself
belief
out.
system? What is your belief system about you, your life, other people. Is it working for you? If it's not working for you, you might want to change your
You might
BS.
want to look in the mirror and just kind of like, what can I, even if it's small little fixes, let's work on
Yeah.
this happiness issue here.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it. Yes. So, you have take my advice. I'm not using it, which I love. That is so cool. Let's talk more about that. So it's in its 12th year, I believe.
13th.
13, lucky 13. What keeps you in?
692. I just finished this morning. 692 consecutive weeks on the air on camera.
That is, well, congratulations, girlfriend. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's putting in the time. You are crushing it. Love it. So, what keeps you inspired to keep just going with it? I mean, clearly your energy, your positivity, and just getting this out there. But like, let's talk more
This
about that.
It's funny. I talked
Huge
about it on the show
accomplishment.
this morning. Podcast show number 1449 was this morning, and I said to I have co-hosts on some of the series. Today's series is called Straight Talk,
Yep.
and I said to my co-host, I do this show because it's for me. The fact that other people get enjoyment or learn something, that's great.
That's a
But
win.
honestly, it is for me because I recently found out that I have two complex blood clots that grounded me from the rest of the year world tour. And so I was supposed to fly to Africa today. I was
Sorry.
supposed to go to Hawaii in September, Ireland in October, Shanghai in November, and Taiwan in December. And it was all planned and everything was ready. And 2 days before the first place was Canada, first to produce the service for my mom. She just passed.
Oh,
And
goodness. You're really
2 days
wow. I'm
before,
so
thank
sorry.
you, the flight, they did an ultrasound routine. I had one blood clot in 96 and they found two more. And so my entire rest of the year is now officially gone. I went to the hematologist yesterday. So I woke up not happy this morning.
Yeah. Well, I can imagine.
And
Yeah. For a good reason. Yeah. I mean, that's
and
a
then
lot of
I did my
cancellations in your
show
health. Yeah.
and I felt my feelings and I cried for a minute, not a minute, a few, but I didn't hide it. I didn't try to, do a spiritual bypass on it. My formula
Being
in life,
authentic. Mm-hmm.
bad things happen to everybody, not just good people. It's
Right.
part of life.
It's
So I
life.
feel my feelings fully. I never apologize for crying. Tears are the disinfectant that keep your heart soft. So I try to cry
Oh,
once
that's
a week.
sweet. I've never heard of that
And
analogy. I like that.
thank you. And then I continued to do the show. By the end of the show, I am my natural good feeling self again because I have this platform for me. And
Good.
I love this show. I love the fact that I've had incredible people who are now friends of mine, who were guests turned friends. I mean, my newest one is Florence LaRue, who is the original member of Fifth Dimension. I don't know if you know that group. When the moon
I was gonna
is
say,
in the
let's hear it.
and
Give me a jingle.
aligns with Mars. It's the
Get it,
time
girl.
of the day of the age of Aquarius. So she's a friend now, and
I
she was
love
on
it.
my show, and so this show is for me. That's how I keep doing it, and
That's your inspiration. I love it.
anyone else who I'm so, and it couldn't be here if it weren't for all the people who have been just so kind and so wonderful to tune in and free subscribe and just follow my life. And I'm not living on imposter syndrome. I'm very real
Yeah, very
on my
real, very authentic. Yes,
yeah.
yes. And that's what I'm sure too. Obviously, when you can be that, your everyday authentic self and be real, I mean, you don't have to make anything up. It just comes natural, and people love you for that. And that's how you keep and you receive those true, fan base or listeners, whatever you want to call it, right? They have fallen in love with you. And I think that's beautiful. And so, yeah, like they're riding the wave with you, because you have been your authentic self.
Thank you.
I
Shit.
mean,
I received that. I received that.
yeah, I love it. I love it. So, what guidance would you give to other women, working to transform their pain? I know we talked about this in the beginning, right? Into lasting joy, like really to try to close that door. Like, what piece of advice or guidance? I'm putting your psychology hat on, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. My business psychologist.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
We're gonna
organizational
work you here.
psychology. And I'm glad you asked me that question because this is like a newer bandwagon that I've been on. I've hitched a
Mm,
new bandwagon. I actually taught this course at UCLA. I taught at UCLA in the MBA school for 6 years, way back when, before I started doing media. Thanks to one of my MBA students who said, my teaching, your professoring is way, underutilizing
you
your
need to get out
talent.
there. You need
Yeah,
to get a
yeah. My dad's a
platform.
producer,
Oh,
yeah. So that's how I got into media. So
well, I'm
the
glad.
course,
I'm
thank
glad
you.
that they planted that seed for you, because look what you're doing now.
Thank you. So the concept is called personal mastery. So all of us want to be masters or successful in your
Mm,
profession, right? We all want to be successful. And yet, a lot of the executive coaching that I do, a lot of the happiness coaching that I do, you have people who have money, have success, have fame, have all of this, and they personally are
mm,
still dealing with the voices that say you're not all that, the self sabotage, the fear of failure, the fear of success, perfectionism, the dis-ease that comes from you're only as good as your last whatever. And that
mm.
to me, it robs you and makes a joke out
Yeah.
of your success. So really, if you want to, there's the one
The one,
thing,
yeah.
the
Hmm.
transformation is, have you dealt, do you know who you are? Are you the boss of you, or are the voices of your critic, of your brat? Oh, what do you mean I can't have that Krispy Kreme? All we know a lot about our inner critic. We
Yeah.
don't talk about our inner brat, right?
Mm,
So all that's what the book's about. It's a self-help on steroids. There's exercises so you name your brat, you name your critic so that you can do the work to be the boss of you.
mm.
That's the key.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, those, Anthony Bourdain, Kate Spade, Robin Williams, the list goes on. They have everything that we're told is
Yeah.
supposed to define you as successful, and
Happiness,
they
successful,
didn't
and yeah.
have personal mastery.
Yeah, that's so true. So true. Yeah, it's like we have our little demons in there. Got to call them out.
Yeah.
Right? Wow.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they and those who say kill the bitch in your head and throw them out the that's not it's a part of you. The opposite of critic is protection. So
Yeah.
the character I call my critic Rose. Guess what my mother's name was? Rose.
Rose.
Right. So, yeah, the critic is really, if your critic is driving your car, if it's sitting in the driver's seat, you're going to drive off the cliff because the critic
Hmm.
is never satisfied. But if you say, "Thank you very much. I'm really grateful that you protected me from having burnt hands, putting my hands on
Right?
the stove, or telling me not to run across the street. I would have been splattered very young, right? I appreciate you, Rose. Thank you
Rose. I
so
acknowledge
much,
that. Yes.
right? but I'm going to put you in the passenger seat. You can do some front seat driving if you'd like, but
You can hang
I'm
out with me for a ride, but I'm gonna steer
I'm
this.
driving. I got
Yeah,
this. I
yeah.
got this. That's personal mastery. You're not your diagnosis. You're not your
Mm.
feeling. You're not your BS of what people told you you were. You are the boss of you, and you are amazing. You really are amazing.
Yeah, that's important. And
Yeah.
I think, so many of us, we're all human, say we've made mistakes, in our lives. And I think it's, you can't, like you said, that's a time that, you screwed up, right? So I think you also have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive yourself and move on, and don't let that being in the way of accomplishing something and being happy, right? Because
Yeah.
I think so many people hold on to just that guilt.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know
That's
so many people too, and it's just like, and they're such good, amazing humans. Let it go, because you can just shine. You can
yeah.
forgive yourself.
Yes. Everybody does
Yeah.
the very best that they can with the time and resources they have at that particular moment. And if you can embrace that, not just for those who hurt you, but most importantly, for yourself, if you've done, no one has done nothing that they don't
Right.
regret. But
That's
if
right.
you can cut yourself some slack and say, at that time, I didn't know better, and I
Right.
did the best that I could with the time and resources that I had,
Right.
then I can let that go.
And you can learn from it, right? And just do better, do
Always.
different, whatever. Absolutely. So you just mentioned that you have, unfortunately, these, all these canceled shows and appearances. What are you going to do now with your time? I mean, I know you're going to obviously use it as, obviously, other than taking care of your health, obviously super important there, priority. But I mean, you have all this time to fill. I mean, and knowing you, I'm sure you're going to use this to be very productive and very positive.
Well, let's put this in perspective. I have 8 jobs at any time. At any time
Yeah,
of
you're a
I have
busy,
eight
busy
jobs.
woman.
Yeah. So
Pretty impressive.
this only took two things off the table, right? So the international aspect of speaking and book signing, right?
Mhm.
That's all it took off the table. And knock on wood, in a year,
But that's a lot. That's a lot, though.
that is a
So, I
lot.
mean, that's a lot. Travel time, and I mean, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So this is what I say when shit happens.
When shit happens.
First, I allow myself to be in touch with my piss offedness,
Mhm.
and
And you should, yep.
stomp
Get
my
it out.
feet and bite my pillow and use some really good expletives. And then, because I'm a practitioner of the law of attraction, I try to keep it to 16 seconds because I don't want something
Mhm.
else to come that way with the same feeling tone. I say this, and this is such a freeing statement. I can't wait to see what good comes out of this, with more or less sarcasm. So obviously right now, very sarcastic. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Right? All of this was lined up so easily. I thought this was what I was supposed to do. I call my God my UPS man, my universal power source. He delivers every morning when I pray and meditate. And I just like, what the fork, man? Like, I thought so, but
What's going
I,
on here? Like, I thought I had the rest of the year planned
yes,
out. Where'd
I
this come from?
did. And the worst part is I've been a sailboat racer for 34 consecutive years, and I love
Oh, so
sailboat
cool.
racing. Can't do it anymore because this is my
So
second
cool.
violation of DVT, deep vein thrombosis, and I had a pulmonary embolism the first time. They're not allowing me to not have the medication. So I have to do it for life. So therefore I can't do
So you can't do that
potentially
anymore. Yeah.
dangerous sports like sailing. That's the hardest part for me, to be
I
honest.
bet.
I really don't like this. So I say, I can't wait to see what good comes out of this. And you better prove it, because this is a huge loss. So it better
Yeah.
be
It better be
amazing,
phenomenal.
right?
It better top all that, right? I
Yeah, yeah.
mean,
And then what happens is I pause, and I'm not good at that. I don't even have the P word in my vocabulary. When people thank me for being patient, I look over my shoulder to see who they're talking to, because I've
like
never
what?
had patience. I asked for patience
I have
once in my
patient going
life.
in
I
my
got
body.
2 teenage girls. Never gonna ask for patience again. So, but I do pause. I have that mini P word. And you know what? I know my faith and my decision to know that everything happens for my divine and best good. Everything happens for, it's always this or better. It's always this or better. And I just keep choosing to believe that, no matter how I'm feeling, and knowing that I can cut myself some slack and let myself cry. I did it in Whole Foods yesterday, ordering my birthday cake. And the doctor called, and he was so sweet, and I'm grateful I have an amazing hematologist. I'm grateful I live in a country where I can get great health care. I'm
Mhm.
grateful. And that is something
And you're
that I
looking at the
do.
positives.
I
Yeah.
have to, on my show, we start every show with breakfast, which is taking a bite of my gratitude sandwich. And this is a great
Ah.
practical hashtag blisscipline, good life habit for everyone, especially women. If you're starting your day either with this, which is MS, meaningless scrolling, or looking in the mirror and criticizing the size of your butt, please, or criticizing yourself for having a booby do where your tummy sticks out more than your booby do, don't
I
do
love
that.
it.
Don't do that.
Don't go there.
My Yeah. And what's interesting is what I just started doing stand-up comedy last year as a
I mean,
challenge
I
to
was just gonna say,
myself.
I think that's like another forte you got going on here. Yes.
Yes. So obviously that I'm supposed to do more of that, right? It's the newest thing. I have a
Yeah.
screenplay that I have put on the burner. So obviously, I'm
You gonna pick
thinking
that
that
up a
my
little bit, maybe?
UPS man wants me to finish that. It's called
My
Life
UPS man.
by Life by a Thousand Cuts, and there's a perfect part there for Aquafina. And I just happened to meet someone at a birthday party who can get it in front of her. So there are many things, and maybe God knew, maybe my UPS man knew that if I was going on tour, the chances of finishing the screenplay were not great, right? Even though I said that I'm going to spend some time writing. So maybe that's, but whatever it is, every morning I say, "What now, brown cow?" And
What now, brown cow?
and then I follow the voice. The voice
Follow
told
the
me to
voice.
write. I wasn't planning on writing a #1 Amazon national best-selling book. I wasn't planning on it. I lost a $200,000 consulting project, and I was pissed. And then I
Yeah.
said, "I can't wait to see what good comes out of this." And the voice said,
And then
"Write."
book
And
it.
I said,
Yeah.
I,
And you
I,
crushed
I don't
it.
have time to write. And the voice
Yeah.
said, "You do now."
Yes, you
It has a
do.
sense of humor.
Your UPS man said you're gonna be writing.
So I wrote for a week, Out of Loneliness into Hope, first chapter, Out of Control into Happiness, last chapter, and finished on a Sunday night. Monday morning, I got an email from Motivational Press in San Diego who said, "We follow motivational speakers on LinkedIn. Are you writing anything?"
Wow. Wow.
Sent them the 2 chapters, sent me a contract a couple days later.
Talk
Didn't
about
go with them.
timing. Right.
I wanted an East Coast, went with Morgan James because they did a deal with part proceeds go to Habitat for Humanity. So,
Aw, that's yeah. I mean,
but,
but I mean, look
but
at how the seed got planted, right? And then there you accomplish that. I mean, you are just like such an inspiration. You're like a little badass over here. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. My goodness. I could wake up to your
It takes a badass to recognize a badass. I've
well,
never
thank
said
you.
that before.
Well, now you have, right?
I did.
Always something new, right? You learn something new every day. There you go.
That's
I
right.
love it.
That's
Well,
right.
this has been so much fun. And speaking with you, I could wake up every morning and like just tune into you and just, oh my gosh, it's just like everybody should, rather than waking up being like, oh God, what a shitty day. What am I going to do today? Let's tune into you. I mean, how cool would that be? I mean, Dr.
Every
Marissa is
morning at
just,
9
I love it. I love it.
Pacific time.
Yep. Pacific time. I was just going to say, yep. Time zone, Pacific time zone. Let's end this. I love to end all of our interview guests with some fun rapid fire questions, just to finalize our episode here and get to know you a little bit on a little more, maybe a softer way. But I don't know. I think we know so much about you already with your just being so authentic. I love it. But this is going to be fun. Are we ready?
No.
You're supposed to say, I was born ready, girl. I was born ready. Okay. What's the first thing that you do when you wake up in the morning?
Meditate.
Meditate. All right. All right. I always have to tell people, other than have to go pee, what's the first thing you do? So meditate. All right. How long do you meditate for?
15 minutes, no
15
longer,
minutes.
because
Okay.
there's so much of life to
get after. Do you prefer a comedy or a drama movie?
both.
So we're saying 50-50 there, right? We're gonna, yep. I'm with you on that one. Yeah, I don't know if I
And
could pick
some
one over the
docs.
other.
I think docs are great about, discovering people.
I like docuseries. I think
real.
those are fun. Yeah, those are fun. If you could teleport to Bali or Paris, what would you choose?
Oh, Paris.
Paris. Okay.
Paris.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. I think I know the answer to this next one, but you never know. Would you rather have dinner with Oprah or Angelina Jolie?
Oh, you can skip over that.
I knew the answer to that one. All right. That's a given, right? And I think this is a good question. This is one I don't really know. And I think I knew your first questions, the answers, but this one I don't know. Would you rather interview somebody or be interviewed?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
It's because I've done 1,449 shows. So that's a lot of interviews.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I think maybe it depends who you're interviewing, right? And who's interviewing you too, maybe.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. And it's funny because I never had time before to be interviewed because I get asked a lot, and I just, that was like lower on the totem pole for
It's like,
time.
how do you fit it in, right?
I don't, but
Right.
But I have to say, thanks to Juan, I've never had a publicist before too. So people would say, "Oh, you've got a great publicist. Can I hire her?" And I'd say, "I'll pass on the compliment, but she's really busy with her one client."
Right.
Yeah. But I really do enjoy this.
Oh, well, I'm glad that you enjoy it. And Juan has been awesome too, by the way.
50-50. I'm going to go with 50-50. Yeah, these days.
Go. There you go. Well, you know what? Maybe now the rest of the year you're going to be sitting on more, interviews where you're going to be the one being interviewed. You never know. Juan, get to work. So next question, we have two more, and these are fun. What is one word that you would use yourself to describe you? One word to describe yourself.
Fabulous.
All right. There we go. I love it. A lot of women will say busy, devoted, but fabulous. I'll take that all day long. That's my second favorite F word.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I like that
one.
Yeah. I got a couple of them stealing from you from this episode, so we're good here. Last but not least, if you were a movie, so if your life was a movie, what would the title be?
Ooh. Collision. No. Kill Bill.
Kill Bill. Fabulously just collided.
What's a horror movie? No. God, that's a good one.
I know. I thought about
That's a
that
really
one.
but that's not a rapid fire,
That's not. I
darling.
know. I know. But if you
Yeah.
had to think of something off the top of your
I
head, I
can't
thought about that one
even.
too.
I can't even.
And it just
Slumdog Millionaire. No.
throw, throw a little, get some M&M
A
in
fish
there.
called Wanda. A fish called Marissa. Yeah, it's fantastic for one.
I think
Honestly,
I could think of something real quick for
yeah,
you.
yeah.
If
Please do.
somebody said that, I would definitely be if I was writing a movie about you and the
Mhm.
title, I think it would just literally be literally Marissa's fabulous life. I mean, I would
No.
simplify it because what you've literally have accomplished to date and what you're going to continue to do is pretty freaking fabulous. So, I mean, and
Mm.
you can just turn that frown upside down and I mean, just think of all the people that you are touching out there and
How
you have the
about
platform to do it.
Little Miss Sunshine?
There, yep,
That
yep.
might, right? Or A
I think
Beautiful
we would
Mind or
I think we
Awakening.
Oh, yeah. I think we would have to put a little I like the Little Miss Sunshine, but I think we should put in a little twist, like Little Miss Badass Sunshine.
Sunshine.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Little
that's
Miss
now we're talking.
Badass
A little
sunshine up your ass.
I'll light your there you go.
Sunshine up your assets.
There you go. There you go. You never know. Somebody's going to probably take that. That's going to be their next podcast, like title. Sunshine of your bad assets.
I'm
I
blowing
love it.
sunshine up your assets.
I love it. Well, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much, Dr. Marissa, for joining us. I mean,
Absolutely.
I love it. This is fun. I mean, you've made me laugh, and I know you're going to make so many others laugh, and such great wisdom that you've shared with us today. This
Thank
has
you
been
so
amazing.
much. Yes.
And I really do hope you have like it in you to open some time to be interviewed because my goodness, I want to listen to more of you like being on that's in that seat of being interviewed because you have I mean, but regardless, even if you are doing the interviewing or whatever, I mean, your true authentic self is coming out no matter what, whether you're interviewing or you're being interviewed. I mean, you are definitely just, like I said, a little badass, just a ball of positivity and wisdom. And I love it.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you. And I'm gonna tape you for a second.
yes.
This is what I do at the end of every show, which
Oh, I
is
love it.
it's
Some,
all about
yes.
balance.
Yes. I'm going to do it with
Peace
you.
in, peace out, world
Oh, peace
peace,
and peace. Oh, yeah, I love
world
it.
peace, through
Yes.
inner peace, through
Through
inner
inner
peace,
peace. Love
through
it.
peace in, peace out,
Peace
world
out.
peace,
World
through
peace.
inner
Through inner
peace.
peace. Oh, that's precious. I
Yeah.
love it.
Thank you.
Love
Thank
it. Well,
you. It's
thank
been a
you.
lot of fun as well.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we'll have to Tata and get you on my show.
Oh, I would love it. Like I said, any chance I get to just, talk to you and how fun would that be?